I am writing this under an appreciable mental strain, since by tonight I shall be no more.
What, is he going to commit seppuku? Oh, this room's a little worse for wear.
Penniless, and at the end of my supply of the drug which alone makes life endurable, I can bear the torture no longer, and shall cast myself from this garret window into the squalid street below.
Okay, that's it's a little dramatic, sir. Whatever floats your boat.
Do not think from my slavery to morphine that I am a weakling or a degenerate.
Ah, you're a junkie.
It was in one of the most open and least frequented parts of the broad Pacific that the packet of which I was supercargo fell a victim to the German sea raider. The Great War was then at its very beginning, and the ocean forces of the Hun had not completely sunk to their later degradation. So liberal, indeed, was the discipline of our captors, that 5 days after we were taken, I managed to escape alone in a small boat with water and provisions for a good length of time. When I finally found myself adrift and free, I had but little idea of my surroundings.
The hell? Hello? I hear noises. Screaming.
Never a competent navigator, I could only guess vaguely by the sun and stars that I was somewhat south of the equator. Of the longitude, I knew nothing, and no island or coastline was in sight.
Yeah, I tried to navigate with the constellations. I have no idea what I'm looking at. I can't even find, like, the Big Dipper or anything like that.
The weather kept fair, and for uncounted days I drifted aimlessly beneath the scorching sun, waiting either for some passing ship or to be cast on the shores of some habitable land. But neither ship nor land appeared, and I began to despair in my solitude upon the heaving vastness of unbroken blue.
Oh, that's scary.
The change happened whilst I slept. Its details I shall never know, for my slumber, though troubled and dream-infested, was continuous.
Oh, no. I'm in water? That is utterly terrifying.
When at last I awoke, it was to discover myself half sucked into a slimy expanse of hellish black mire, which extended about me in monotonous undulations as far as I could see, and in which my boat lay grounded some distance away. Though one might well imagine that my first sensation would be of wonder at so prodigious and unexpected a transformation of scenery, I was in reality more horrified than astonished, for there was in the air and in the rotting soil a sinister quality which chilled me to the very core. The region was putrid with the carcasses of decaying fish and of other less describable things which I saw protruding from the nasty mud of the unending plain.
Is this like an oil spill? Because that's absolutely terrifying.
Perhaps I should not hope to convey in mere words the unutterable hideousness that can dwell in absolute silence and barren immensity. There was nothing within hearing, and nothing in sight, save a vast reach of black slime. Yet the very completeness of the stillness and the homogeneity of the landscape oppressed me with a nauseating fear.
Poor sea creatures. Hey there, buddy. Are you all right?
As I crawled into the stranded boat, I realized that only one theory could explain my position. Through some unprecedented volcanic upheaval, a portion of the ocean floor must have been thrown to the surface, exposing regions for which innumerable millions of years had lain hidden under unfathomable watery depths. So great was the extent of the new land which had risen beneath me that I could not detect the faintest noise of the surging ocean, straining my ears as I might, nor were there any seafowl to prey upon the dead things. On the third morning, I found the soil dry enough to walk upon with ease. All day I forged steadily westward, guided by a faraway hummock which rose higher than any other elevation on the rolling desert. That night, I encamped, and on the following day still traveled toward the hummock. though that object seemed scarcely nearer than when I had first espied it. By the fourth evening, I attained the base of the mound, which turned out to be much higher than it had appeared from a distance, an intervening valley setting it out in sharper relief from the general surface. Too weary to ascend, I slept in the shadow of the hill. I know not why my dreams were so wild that night. I was awake in a cold perspiration, determined to sleep no more. Such visions as I had experienced were too much for me to endure again, and in the glow of the moon I saw how unwise I had been to travel by day. I have said that the unbroken monotony of the rolling plain was a source of vague horror to me, but I think my horror was greater when I gained the summit of the mound and looked down the other side into an immeasurable pit or canyon, whose black recesses the moon had not yet soared high enough to illumine.
Oh, cool.
I felt myself on the edge of the world, peering over the rim into a fathomless chaos of eternal night. Through my terror ran curious reminiscences of Paradise Lost and of Satan's hideous climb through the unfashioned realms of darkness. As the moon climbed higher in the sky, I began to see that the slopes of the valley were not quite so perpendicular as I had imagined. Ledges and outcroppings of rock afforded fairly easy footholds for a descent, whilst after a drop of only a few hundred feet, the declivity became very gradual.
Very gradual, sure.
All at once, my attention was captured by a vast and singular object on the opposite slope, which rose steeply about 100 yards ahead of me, an object that gleamed whitely in the newly bestowed rays of the ascending moon.
Well, that's creepy.
That it was merely a gigantic piece of stone, I soon assured myself.
Yeah, it's not aliens or anything.
But I was conscious of a distinct impression that its contour and position were not altogether the work of nature. A closer scrutiny filled me with sensations I cannot express, for despite its enormous magnitude and its position in an abyss which had yawned at the bottom of the sea since the world was young, I perceived beyond a doubt that the strange object was a well-shaped monolith.
Do you guys remember the monolith trend where there were just random monoliths in like the Grand Canyon, and I think there was one in Germany? I don't like that guy right there. That guy's creepy looking. Look at it. Is that supposed to be his body? Nope. I want none of this. They're below the sea? Oh no. Nope. Big nope.
The writing was in a system of hieroglyphics, and unlike anything I'd ever seen in books.
It's first grade, SpongeBob. That center looks like an octopus to me, and it looks like it's inside a massive alien type of deity. And then above it looks like a panda with snakes for arms. Oh, that's Cthulhu. Oh, hell no. Time to get out of here. This reminds me of an aquatic version of Hellraiser.
But in a moment decided that they were merely the imaginary gods of some primitive fishing or seafaring tribe.
Yeah, whatever you need to tell yourself to make yourself sleep at night.
I stood musing whilst the moon cast queer reflections on the silent channel before me. Then, suddenly, I saw it.
No!
With only a slight churning to mark its rise to the surface.
No.
The thing slid into view above the dark waters.
Oh my fucking, oh my god, oh my god.
It darted like a stupendous monster of nightmares to the monolith.
What in the fuck? It's not touching anything. It's just hovering.
About which it flung its gigantic scaly arms.
Oh, it's like Godzilla. Nope, nope.
Head, and gave vent to certain measured sounds.
Yeah, I would faint too.
I think I went mad then. It is at night, especially when the moon is gibbous and waning, that I see the thing. I tried morphine, but the drug has given only transient surcease and has drawn me into its clutches as a hopeless slave.
RIP.
I cannot think of the deep sea without shuddering at the nameless things that may at this very moment be crawling and floundering on its slimy bed, worshipping their ancient stone idols and carving their own detestable likenesses on submarine obelisks of water-soaked granite. I dream of of a day when they may rise above the billows to drag down into their reeking talons the remnants of puny, war-exhausted mankind. Of a day when the land shall sink and the dark ocean shall ascend amidst universal pandemonium.
I don't like that thought. Hundreds of Godzillas coming for New York. That was actually pretty solid. I highly recommend this, guys. This was fun. It's just a quick little storytelling game. It was really creepy. I liked it. If you're into H.P. Lovecraft or any science fiction type stuff, look it up. It's free on Steam.